So we've gotten a first peek into Mars Warlogs, which is actually where Spiders started out back before you got a lot of other work. Could you just tell us a little bit about this universe and what your sort of ambitions have been with it?
Well, Mars is a post-apocalyptic universe. It's set on the planet Mars, that's where the name came from. It's a universe we created at the beginning of the company, so 4 years ago, but it evolved a lot during this time. We tried to really create something different. That's what we are used to see in the other RPGs. We want to have a really kind of cynical and dark universe, but there is no black or white things. All the choice rely on the player, and it's all shades of grey, in a way. And it's a universe where water is very rare, so you have to fight for it. It's a place where human life are really precious, so you're not killing people like that. So at the end of a fight, for example, you always have the choice to let the people leave or to, of course, finish them. And finishing them is bad karma. So will you decide to do it? So it's a lot about, it's the last part of life on this planet, which is very desert, very hard. And if you want to survive, and if you want to be able to live the story inside this universe, you will have to make a lot of very difficult choices. You will have to find some friends, or maybe not friends, but to find some people to accompany you, even if they're not at the beginning, at least your friends. So it's a very inspired of real thing. And it's more about real people than just being a saint or a devil. But we try that people will like it.
So it's really about sort of deconstructing our society and sort of, because basically this has sort of this used to be a more advanced society, but then it sort of regressed, right?
Yeah, exactly. There are some religious aspects, there are some political aspects, there is an economy. And but everything is a little twisted compared to what we have now, and it's a kind of projection into a very dark future with nearly no technological meaning to survive in the best way. So it's not Mad Max, but it's not that far.
But you sort of talk about religious things, but really, is it a supernatural game, or is it more based in reality and sort of, or will there maybe be secrets for the players to explore?
Of course, there is a lot of secrets and a lot of lore to discover inside this world, but we're kind of pragmatic on our side. So of course, there is maybe always a technical way to explain what's happening, but you can always believe that there is magic, so it's up to the player to discover that and to decide if he wants to believe in things or others. It's, as I was saying about the story of the universe itself, it's all about the choices the player made. We don't want to make him take his universe and make his mine. Sorry.
No problem. So of course, we're sort of just skipping the big issue. It's an RPG, and there's a lot of conversations, a lot of character progression, and also a lot of combat. So could you sort of give us an idea of the mix of what the players can expect?
Well, I would say that action combat is about maybe 40% of the games, because a lot of things rely on dialogues, as you said, but you can also sneak. You can in a lot of places you can decide to avoid combat if you want. You can fight, but maybe you can avoid it. So once again, it's up to the player. So as there is a lot of different skills, if you want to sneak, if you want to use some traps, if you want to dialogue with someone to lure in another place, for example, it can be done. So it's a real RPG. You've got plenty of things to do and plenty of way to do it.
And you will also get companions along the way, sort of will you have a large band of companions, or is it more sort of story based, where you have a companion for a certain part of the story?
It's very story based because you can't equip your companions. For example, they are following you, they will support you during the fights, but it's not like the games where you give precise orders to them. It's not a tactical game, but they are bringing a lot of historical aspects, of narrative aspects. They will help you, and the way you act with them, the way you talk to them, will really influence the story. So it's a kind of chain reaction. If you're nice to someone, maybe you will react differently to other people, and it will really change all the reaction of the world itself. So, the companions have a real importance. There are 5 of them in the game. You can't have them the whole time with you, of course. You can, in fact, have only one of them with you. But you will meet them during the story, and it will depend on you once again.
And you start out as a prisoner, which is sort of a nice sort of nod to a lot of other RPGs. It's a common theme. But I thought something that was interesting is these 4 water companies that you say sort of control Mars and their roles, and the sort of the technomancers. That's sort of something that I feel is something very fresh to sort of.
We try to, the prisoner part was a kind of Easter egg nearly to most of all the Elder Scrolls games, for example. But the universe is completely different, and we developed it really trying to bring something new. And the post-apocalyptic universe are not that common in RPGs, so trying to make immersive and complete universe where people have the feeling that everything is could be real was not that easy, but it was fun, and really hope that the player will like it as we like it to develop it. So there is, as you say, the technomancer, for example, that are very important people in this world, but that are nearly crazy after years of very straight education. They're kind of half gods, but they are completely crazy. It brings really some different aspects, some strange and bizarre way to discover this universe, and I hope that the game is giving a good idea of that.
And you're bringing it out on digital platforms next year. Any idea of a date?
A precise date, no, but I would say look for us at the beginning of spring next year.
On Steam, PSN, Xbox Live Arcade?
Steam, PSN, Xbox Live, and probably other digital platforms too. The game has been really created for these platforms, but we want to offer a real experience, a real role-playing experience with a strong story. There is a lot of replayability, so it should be a great game.
Yeah, and you said it was going to be a short campaign, but it sounds very long for a downloadable title anyway.
Yeah, but I think that
15 hours, which is
15 hours, but for an RPG, it sounds short to us.
Well, hopefully there will be more installments in the Mars world.
Yeah, we hope so. We really hope so.
Thank you very much for your time.